number 2 with Anthony Marvin on the outside in that 07 car. That should be a quick row, along with the front row, of course, the 32, former champion Kyle Rogers.
So we are ready to turn the ignition key on what should be a thrill-packed night of motorsports. Here come the legends, and to take you to the green flag, our lead announcer at the speedbowl, John Gates.
All right, Corey Caddick, he is going to take the green flag, but not take the lead into turn number 1 on the outside. It's Kyle Rogers with a burst of speed out of turn number 2.
Kyle Rogers looking for his first win of the season, even though he's a point leader, and he got caught up in the jet stream there to take over the lead. The fight for 3rd and 4th intensifies. Lincoln has it, but roaming on the outside, looking for some giddy-up, is Johnny P. Lightning, John Pulio.
Yeah, Pulio looking good, trying to get to the rear bumper of Lemke. Top 4 cars trying to pull away from the field. Then it's John O'Sullivan. He's taking on a great battle alongside of him. Looks like it's Anthony Marvin.
There's a lot of bounce in the step of O'Sullivan. Now it is Anthony Marvin, who is able to cruise into the top 6. At the front, Kyle Rogers. He's had leads before. Only one race out of the podium for Rogers. And right now, he's trying to extend his lead over Caddick. Here comes Pulio down low, but can't get by Lemkeman.
Alex McCollum took 2 cars last time by. It looks like he's moving towards the front, as well as the 50. Peter Bennett. Bennett looking good, trying to get to the rear bumper of Brandon Remsen in the 14 car.
Alex McCollum has always run well at the Bowl, has 13 wins this season. They took place from all over the region. He's trying to get underneath Remsen, and that car a little sluggish as it heads into turn number 3. But look at McCollum on the inside, and he is able to blister his way underneath the number 14 of Remsen.
Yeah, good run right there. Remsen in the 14X and Chapman in the black 14. Here goes a pass to the outside of Chapman. Chapman trying to get into the top 5.
And he is making a move down low. So as they thunder off the corner, it is Chapman, but the yellow comes out. Now remember, there are 2 Chapmans in this race, or a Philly fan.
I think you can go either way. Either way.
So our field assembles behind the pace car, and we should be ready to resume. 5 laps in, and all of them have been led by Kyle Rogers. He got such a solid start on the outside, but on this restart, he moves to the inside, and let's see what kind of jump he can get. Like bread out of the toaster. And it is Lemkeman to move by Caddick in a second, but the yellow comes out. I guess maybe our starter doesn't like toast, because we will reassemble the field 5 laps in and pretend you didn't see that. It was an optical illusion. Our point standings: Kyle Rogers leading John O'Sullivan by 26 points. And then Johnny Pulio is in 3rd, Corey Caddick 4th, and Joey Turnulo in 5th. But Joey won't be in our final 2 races of the season. And he was hanging out with the boys. Corey DiMatteo, Dana DiMatteo, also Mike Christopher Jr. was there, Brian Arducci, as Joey Turnulo has turned into a cheerleader tonight. Right now, we turn up the speed, and that is to the advantage of Kyle Rogers.
Yeah, much better start there.
In the grass. Turned around in the wrong direction is Mason Levesque, and it's Tyler Chapman spinning at Mother Nature Boulevard. As some fisticuffs is $15,000.
Yeah, that could be one of the biggest prizes ever taken out of the New London Waterford Speedbowl.
So that'll be 2 weeks from this weekend. As come and see how the story ends. The legends will be part of it. And the championship could still be up for grabs. Kyle Rogers has done well on the restarts so far. Let's see if that trend can continue.
Here we go, side by side. Rogers to the inside. To the outside is Caddick as they go into turn number 1. Kyle Rogers by a car length.
And here comes Lincoln trying to put the nostrils of that car ahead of Caddick. And they are ball and chain together as they head into the 3rd corner. Pulio in 4th, and John O'Sullivan has some life in that car number 51 as he is trying to get rid of Steve Chapman. Steven Chapman might be hooked up on the outside.
Yeah, Chapman got a good run. Here he comes down the backstretch. Chapman's going to get the pass there. Here comes Pulio up to third, trying to get around Lipkeman.
Let's see if he can do it. And he will choo-choo train his way around the number 86 of Lipkeman. He had it there for a moment. Now Lipkeman gets a spot back.
Peter Bennett trying to get his way through the pack. He goes way down low, now way up high. He's going to get around the 51 of John O'Sullivan and move into the top 6.
It's hard to believe that Peter Bennett is a rookie as he is able to largely triple for Lipkeman. As he is a rolling punch and hitting the wall hard is Pulio.
That looks like
We are ready to go back to action with Kyle Rogers in the front row against Corey Caddick. And the yellow is back out. So apparently, either somebody trying to make their way back out or there is a problem on the track. And I think it'll be the former, somebody trying to get out. The clutch green from Craig Merriman, which means we are approaching showtime. Boy, Corey Caddick, it's hard to believe. We did wait for one more guy, and he is out. And that is the 45 car of our newcomer, Anthony Calandro from Hicksville, New York. And we talk about drivers coming up from the go-karts. He owns a go-kart shop.
Wow. Nice looking car. Here we go. Ready to go. Green flag racing, and it does wave. 3 wide right here at the start-finish line.
Is Dennis Pulio, who saw his opportunity, but Rogers is able to hold him off.
Kyle Rogers takes the lead down the backstretch. Pulio drops in a second. Here comes that number 50 of Bennett. He's on the inside.
As Pulio is all over Kyle Rogers like static cling. Now trying to go between cars momentarily with Steven Chapman. Bennett fighting for third, and Peter Bennett, the rookie driver, is able to stampede his way into third, but we have a problem. It is a 35 of Brian Zamowski who brings out another caution.
Well, turn 1 has been a problem tonight for Alex McCullum and the number 38 of Connor Holderback. Those 3 cars have been hooked together and moving towards the front.
And it will be McCallum starting on the outside of the third row alongside Peter Bennett. So the moment of truth has arrived with 16 laps to go, and we are ready for a restart.
Okay, side by side into turn number 3. Let's see if John Pulio has anything for Kyle Rogers on the outside. Here comes Pulio to the inside. Kyle Rogers, the defending champion, takes the lead under the stripe.
Now here comes Chapman as he tries to jackknife his way underneath Pulio. Top 3 can fit in a bikini, but it's Rogers pulling away from Chapman and by Pulio, but we have a problem as that is Adrenal. As Dave Schindler winds up at turn number 1. To him later. Schindler is back out. And we are ready to go back to work.
Okay, side by side, coming into turn number 3, Kyle Rogers, John Pulio, then it's Caddick and Chapman. Here we go. Rogers gets a little loose on the turn number 4 in the restart. Gonna give the lead up to Pulio.
And it will not count. A reprieve for Kyle Rogers.
Oh, wait a minute, we got a clock.
So we are on hold as the pace car comes back out. And sometimes we click off 25 laps without any cautions, and that certainly is not the case in this race. And Kyle Rogers, I don't know what happened, if he missed a shift, if somebody beat him to the punch, but he will get a second opportunity against Jonathan Pulio. And Steven Chapman in car number 14, he is ready to pounce if anybody bobbles in the front row.
Here we go, green flags out. Nice smooth start by both drivers. Pulio on the outside, Rogers to the inside. It's a dead heat out of turn number 2.
They are dead even, handcuffed together. Here comes Chapman as he almost tapped the back bumper of the Kyle Rogers car. As they swarm out of the corner, Rogers is surrounded by the enemy. Chapman to the inside, Pulio to the outside.
Here comes McCullum all the way up to 4th spot. Good battle for the lead. You got Kyle Rogers, Chapman, and the number 57 of Pulio all over him on the backstretch.
Trouble for McCullum. Cat's holder back. Also, the number 91, as that was the 91 of Jonathan Parsons, but he has had everything inside the top 10 with one win. So consistency this season for Johnny P. Lightning. But he is going to deal with a tough customer. Stephen Chapman spent a lot of his summer in Charlotte racing in the summer shootout. And that is a pretty prestigious series. He was in the Young Lions division. Right now, he's trying to get the lead away from Julio, and here he comes.
Julio did not get up to speed. Now he does. Side by side into turn one, John Julio, and we got another false start.
Boy, this is like watching a National Football League game with all the false starts. And we will re-rack the field. As Julio got a pretty good jump, but that is wiped out. Flag is being pointed in his direction.
Got to keep the troops honest, that's for sure.
Quite romantic in a very noticeable car. That yellow and blue has moved into the top 10. 15 cars on the track. We started with 21, so 6 have gone into spectator country.
There we go, Julio on the gas, side by side. He'll take the lead under the stripe into turn number one by a car length.
Chapman on the outside, Caddick holding him off, but he can't continue to do that. And blowing his way into second is Chapman. And now Caddick is going to get a visit from Peter Bennett in the orange number 50.
Bennett goes to the inside of Caddick. Good battle there for third. Also good battle for the lead. The 14 and the 57 putting on a war.
As Chapman almost got underneath Julio in turn number one. Let's see if he tries it again. As they barnstorm their way into the corner, and this time Julio has the field well protected. Bennett in third, Caddick in fourth, and John O'Sullivan in fifth as we approach the halfway point of the race.
Bennett gets a good lurch out of turn three, pulls to the rear bumper of Chapman. Now goes to the inside out of turn number four. Large 50 cars on the move.
Bennett trying to crowbar his way underneath Chapman, so Chapman pedals away. Keep an eye on the number 27 of Caddick. He has room on the inside of Bennett, so Bennett drifts to the suburbs, and here is Caddick trying to tunnel his way underneath the 50 car.
No going down low for Bennett now. Caddick's right there, side by side for third spot. Now Bennett gets a burst of speed, tries to pull alongside of the 14, can't get it done out of turn number four.
Top four can fit in a sombrero. Here is Chapman inside leverage against Podium, trying to get the nose of the car underneath the 57. Couldn't make it happen that time. And Chapman also has to worry about the presence of Bennett behind him. Leading the next contingent of cars is O'Sullivan holding off Remsen. But here comes Chapman again.
Boy, lap traffic right there. Got a little scary out of turn four. Here we go. Great battle down the backstretch. Top four cars trying to pull away, make it top three now as the 50, 14, and 57 go at it.
That was Steven's brother, Tyler, who was part of that lap traffic. Now Julio goes high. That means there could be an opening underneath. But Julio has a pretty quick pony in car number 57 as they gangbuster their way into the corner. It is still Julio. Right now he leads by about the length of a diving board over the 14 to Chapman.
7 laps to go in this 25-lap Legend Car main event. Bennett trying everything in the book to get around Chapman. Now Caddick begins to reel in Bennett. So Caddick's still right there.
Caddick is not evaporated. He is in the middle of the battle. And Julio leading by about a tone depressor over Stephen Chapman. Now Chapman, his favorite part of the track is turn one. That's when he has made his serious moves. And I think John Julio is aware of it. Let's see what happens this time. As here comes Chapman trying to dive bomb down low. But Julio right now has the upper hand.
Yeah, Chapman's now down about a car length to Julio. He's got a good run going into turn number 3, though. He's going to dive down low into turn number 4. Trying to get a run on Julio. Another lap car in the way here out of turn 4.
That's Tyler Palmer in the 45. And will it help Julio? He maintains maintains his lead. Bennett climbing on the outside of Steven Chapman. So the top 3 cars could fit in a taco shell. And the man with a crunch right now. Here comes Chapman down low. Do or die time for the 14, and he comes up empty.
Steve Chapman doing everything in the book to try to get around John Pulio. And no, he does. Turn number 3. Steve Chapman coming on strong. Pulio to the outside. Johnny P. Lanning trying to get off. Number 14 of Chapman. Chapman with a good run. Here comes Bennett as well. Top 3 cars putting on a show here at Waterford. Lap car right there down on the inside of turn number 2. Bennett takes over second spot. Pulio just like that back to third. John Pulio back to third, 1 to go. Bennett trying to size up Chapman now for the lead. Chapman with the advantage. Bennett in second, Pulio clearly third. The Caddick has dropped off the pace just a touch in fourth. Down the backstretch one last time, and a burst of speed for Bennett. Here he comes to the inside. Bennett's got him to the inside of the number 50 car. Chapman on the outside, Bennett on the inside. Checker flag will wave. Side by side at the finish. Chapman gets it done. Steve Chapman will go to victory lane in the
Last year, former champion in the Wild Thing carts, as he gets ready to vault his way out of the car. This is a moment he will never forget, winning in the Legends for the first time in his home state, Steven Chapman. And here he is, Steven Chapman. Steven, explain the move you made with 3 laps to go to get you the lead.
Well, I knew I had to do it. Everybody was telling me I had to do it. I was just chasing down JP, and I knew I just had to do it.
Well, and you did it. And who would you like to thank for getting you here into the winner's circle?
My dad, my mom, KVR, Team 51, Chapman Apartment Homes, Kyle, Todd, Rick, Robbie. Too many to thank.
Well, they had a lot to cheer for tonight. What an effort by Steven Chapman. And finishing in second, a man who continues to have an outstanding rookie season, Peter Bennett. Peter, who would you like to thank for getting you into second place tonight?
I'd like to thank my uncle, my mother, Al, Nikki, Corey, everybody that's helped out all year. It's just a miracle that I made the race today. So great race. It was very long. I'm sure we're pressed on time, so I'll keep it short. I had a blast tonight.
Peter Bennett finishing in second. And in third, another podium for Johnny P. Lightning, who has not finished out of the top 10 all season long, John Pulio. Who would you like to thank for getting you here? You had a chance to win, but then it seemed that number 14 car came out of nowhere.
Yeah, you know, we were fast. We started 5th. We were pretty fast all day. Just a little problem with the motor and the feature, but overall good run. You know, I'd like to thank Precision Racing and the Prince family for putting me in the car. You know, Honest John's Used Cars, FK Rod Ends, and all my other sponsors, weldingprocedures.com, all my friends and family, my dad, and everybody that puts all this hard work in this car. And I like to thank the 32. He ran me really good for the lead, and then it was a good, clean race with the 14, and glad to see one of my best friends win it. And if I'm going to lose, I definitely want to lose to one of my best friends.
That's the story for the driver of car number 57, one of the most consistent drivers in the division.